going to be doing today is, for this first hour, we're going to be creating a piece of poetry. Now, you might be wondering, why are we doing this? I'll tell you why. Because Wigan is looking after the Tongan Rugby League team, and myself and Sarah have been travelling all over the northwest, working with one school in each town to create a poem and a dance to welcome the rugby teams to the town. So this school has been chosen in Wigan to welcome the Tongan team to Wigan. So we're going to create a poem and a piece of dance that tells everybody how good it is to be in Wigan. I've been really lucky to work across the northwest, working with poetry and dance across primary schools, with young people's groups. With each of these groups, we've been giving them the opportunity to see performance poetry, to see contemporary dance, and then to work out how we can create a performance that welcomes a visiting rugby league team to their hometown, but also has some resonances and echoes of the Haka, and also celebrates like reading and poetry. So it's been really interesting to pull those elements together.
Well, we looked at this poem called The Magic Box. It was like what he would put in his box if he had it all. Because we're going to protecting Tonga when they come, we made one like a sweetie tin for Tonga one, and we're making like a big poem about it for him. We thought of like rugby words and like things in Wigan that Tonga may not have seen, and like we put them all into one poem.
It was really fun. She let everybody take part and say what they wanted to.
It's about allowing them to experience new art forms. So the art form of performance poetry and the art form of contemporary dance.
Your own boogie. Then you're going to turn and face the side. You're going to point your right arm down at the floor as if you're saying, referee, what do you think about that?
Some people like to create dance and some people like to be taught a dance routine. So this project gave us the ability to work across both. So I came in with taught phrases which I taught the group, which was strong and rhythmic and reflected the Haka, and they also created their own movements as well based on the poetry that we'd worked on with Louise.
But more than that, we've been looking at the relationship between dance and poetry and how we can work with a group so that they can develop creatively from a dance or a creative writing standpoint.
For some of the groups, we worked more on imagery. So with the group in Wigan, we've worked with words like tackle and scrum and words that people associate with rugby. So the children came up with loads of words like about the rugby post and the ball and things like that. So they created some still images based on those words. The final choreography was created as a mixture, really, a blend of movement that I came in and taught, but majority was created by the group. So they actually created the choreography and performed it.
Another key issue is about the cultures of different countries. So the countries that are here for the World Cup, particularly the ones with the Haka tradition, we've looked at Tonga, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Fiji, New Zealand. So we've been educating the young people a little tiny bit about those countries so they've gone away and learned something new, and most of the children we worked with had never heard of these smaller Polynesian islands and nations, so that was really nice.
This project was just great because it was about a strong dance that we watched men do. We could talk about strength and honour and respect and all those kind of key issues and make that reflective in the dance. So the boys felt like they were doing a strong dance and it wasn't anything too girly or anything that they didn't feel comfortable doing.
We started by doing typical rugby moves like a catch and a pass, but we made it into a Haka style, so it was really, really good.
I'm passionate about poetry. I love it as an art form. Sometimes teachers think that children won't be engaged by poetry and they don't want to do it and it's not cool, and I've found the opposite of that. If you teach poetry in the right way, if you talk about lyric writing and rap writing and about stories and taking them on adventures, that actually children do love it. It makes me feel really proud of the things that I've helped them develop, and it also makes me feel like I've lit a fire and you don't know where that's going to burn, so that's really exciting. There's some energy in the room because there's something new being created.
We all had to make up our own dance and it was actually really good. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy the feeling of seeing everybody dance together and do a unison sequence, but more than anything, I like to see them enjoy doing their own moves. So, you know, they've got ownership over that and that they can celebrate what they've achieved.
She taught us it and then we got to go and make our own dance part up. I found that really fun when we were learning the dance, and she made it very fun.
Hopefully they learn skills that they can take forward, so not just in dance or in theatre or in poetry, but also in school life in general, or in life after school.